Interest rates resulted in the bank taking losses on some of its investments. That has analysts, including Goldman Sachs, saying that worries about the health of the banking system will result in the Fed pausing interest rate hikes following this month's meeting. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
There are barricades up around the Manhattan District Attorney's office, but no word yet on whether Donald Trump could today become the first former president to face criminal charges.
The former president said over the weekend he'd be arrested on Tuesday, telling his supporters, quote, protest, take our nation back.
Stormy, do you feel dirty?
Potential charges against Trump involve $130,000 in hush money he paid to a porn star named Stormy Daniels in the final days of the 2016 campaign, allegedly to conceal their relationship from voters. Prosecutors are investigating whether he falsified documents and violated election laws.
ABC Chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Carl. Across Paris, hundreds continue protesting after Parliament adopted a bill raising the retirement age to 64, piling on the streets garbage as workers refuse to pick it up. 600,000 school students in Los Angeles not in class today, the start of a 3-day strike by support staff. Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Putin wrapping up today's meetings in Ukraine on Moscow, Japan's prime minister in Ukraine. You're listening to ABC News.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, my doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver. Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, AGE, clean nose, healthy life.
New details in the case of the Colorado dentist accused of killing his wife, the mother of their 6 kids. Police now say James Craig allegedly bought arsenic and cyanide and poisoned his wife using her protein shakes. Former FBI agent and ABC News contributor Brad Garrett.
This was planned. It was researched. It was ordered, the poisoning. It shows tons of premeditation, which will all work against him.
Angela Craig was checked into a hospital last week suffering from headaches and dizziness. She died over the weekend. There will be a lot of talk today about cryptocurrency at the Supreme Court. ABC's Andy Field with the story from Washington.
There are many upcoming cryptocurrency regulation cases trying to get to the Supreme Court, but today's hearing isn't one of them. Instead, it involves Coinbase Global customers saying they should be allowed to sue the company instead of having an independent arbitration. Among those suing, one man saying Coinbase should reimburse him more than $30,000 he lost to a scammer, the other claiming the company didn't tell them they didn't have to buy or sell anything to enter a contest.
The coroner in Charleston County, South Carolina now says a prison inmate who died late last year had E. coli and died from, quote, gross medical neglect. D'Angelo Brown's death now ruled a homicide. The World Baseball Classic wraps up tonight. The United States faces Japan for the title in Miami. This is ABC News.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Does that old tractor or lawnmower have more electrical tape or duct tape holding it together than you want to admit? Well, maybe it's time to see Phil Sheehan and his staff at NC Tractor for a new Massey Ferguson tractor or mower. Massey Ferguson is a company that's been around for over 175 years. That says a lot about a company. And paired with Phil Sheehan, who's been in business for over 25 years, that says a lot about Phil and his staff. Knowledgeable about their product, and they stand behind every sale. Massey Ferguson is the last tractor you'll ever need. NC Tractor, a dependable and reliable company that'll be there after the sale. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford.
Temperatures today will head into the low to upper 60s. Our warming trend will get started for this afternoon with sunshine. Tonight, we're down into the upper 30s and lower 40s, and highs for tomorrow will reach the upper 50s as well as the low to upper 60s. We have rain that will be moving in. It's going to be a soggy and cool day. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
And this morning we're starting out at 30, make it 29 degrees now. Started out at 30. It's always drops about a degree before daybreak. And we're getting up to near 60, mostly sunny with some light winds, 6 miles per hour today. And rain comes back in here tomorrow, and Saturday looks pretty good for us too, I believe. Let me double check, make sure Saturday. Yeah, no, there's some scattered showers on Saturday, maybe carry over from Friday night, and the rest of the day may be good because it looks like Saturday night mostly clear, and then Sunday partly cloudy with highs near 70. So pretty good up and down weather. Springtime is trying to sneak in, and we're doing all we can to get it in here. Get spring here early and get it on out of here so that maybe some of the allergies will go away as well, right? Everybody I talk to anymore seems like they're afflicted with allergies. We'll hold the death announcements until after Bill O'Reilly this morning. There's a lot of those, so we'll hold those until then. Do want to remind you, though, that Anchor Down in downtown Forest City always has a storehouse full of items, many of them new items, and right now all coats are only $1. New shipment of medicines and lipstick, brand name. They're on. They got a bunch of those medicines and lipsticks, playpens and pack and play for infants. All brand new items. Big selection of brand new merchandise now in. All shoes, ladies, men's, and children's, only 50 cents. All clothes, ladies, men's, and children's, only 50 cents. Many of your favorite brand name labels are there also. Tons of collectibles and figurines, beautiful cobalt blue dishes, luggage, lots of luggage. Just too much to talk about in this one setting, but you have to visit Anchor Down. And they're open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays right downtown Forest City. And you'll find something there for your house, for a friend, for yourself, something to wear, something to look at, something to set up, something to listen to. It's all over the store. At Anchor Down, you cannot beat that store for bargains. Every day they get new stuff in all the time, just about every week. A couple of headline stories here this morning. Thursday night is going to be a busy night for interesting taxpayers. Many of you received the revaluation in the mail, how high it was. Well, there's a meeting set by concerned citizens scheduled for Thursday night at the Rutherfordton Clubhouse at 6 o'clock. A proposed tax reappraisal, a meeting to ask real questions in a respectful manner, and everyone is invited to getting that word out. Now, at the same time, the county commissioners have decided to host a public meeting on property revaluation at the same night, same time, at the Rutherford County Annex building at their chamber offices. They will be county leaders hoping to bring clarity and more understanding regarding the recent property reevaluation and county taxes. Will hold a public meeting at 6 o'clock on Thursday. In addition to being open to the public, the meeting will be live streamed on the internet. The meeting will take place in the Rutherford County Administration Building, County Annex, in the commissioners' chambers. There will be overflow seating available in the adjacent meeting room if needed. Now, the meeting with the concerned citizens that started organizing last week when many of them got their tax appraisal in the mail, they decided to get together and discuss why it's so high and how they got so high. And so they're meeting at the Rutherfordton Clubhouse, 6 o'clock on Thursday night. A meeting to ask real questions in a respectful manner, and everyone's invited. It's not a partisan thing. It's just concerned citizens. So they're having theirs, planned it first, and then the commissioners are having theirs at the county annex. So interesting Thursday night here in the foothills. As questions hopefully will get answered.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. But first, if you are a timeshare owner, you're probably upset that your yearly dues continue to increase. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and done in a specific time frame. They're the only company you can trust, having helped more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out. So please call Lone Star Transfer, 855-5 551-7066, or visit LoneStarTransfer.com. On this Tuesday, here's something to keep an eye on. If Donald Trump is indicted by a Manhattan grand jury at the behest of far-left District Attorney Alvin Bragg, the House Republicans will almost certainly refer criminal charges against the Biden family, perhaps including the president himself. That's because everybody knows the Stormy Daniels situation is being used to punish Donald Trump politically. Impeachments were. The GOP rightly will fight back. In the middle of this political chicanery are we the people. All of this certainly does not help strengthen our country. In fact, major damage is being done to the USA by zealots on both sides of the political equation, but mostly the far left. The media, of course, could not care less about the folks and will not report the truth about our now weaponized justice system, which rarely seeks justice. Today, it's all about power politics and ideology. So-called prosecutorial discretion and the failure of civil judges in following stated law has destroyed accountability in the nation's court system. If you are looking for justice there, beware. From us, we will give you the facts about the entire Trump situation without calculation or deceit. We hope you respect that. Back in a moment. No question, there is a concerted effort to intimidate and silence individual liberty with big government controls. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization in America. AMAC gives you access to exclusive benefits and all kinds of great content. Please stand with AMAC at amac.us. That's amac.us. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
13 minutes after 7 o'clock on this terrific Tuesday morning, I have these death announcements now. David Allen Osborne, age 70, of Rutherfordton, died Saturday, March 18th. At the Spartanburg Regional Medical Center, no formal services will be held, and the Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is serving the family of David Allen Osborne. Annabelle Toms Smith, age 96, of Forest City, died Sunday, March 19th at Fairhaven of Forest City. The funeral service will be held 2 o'clock Thursday, March 23rd in the Paget and King Chapel. Burial will follow in the Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 1 until 2 prior to the service at the mortuary. The Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of those arrangements and serving the family. Paget and King. For Annabelle Toms Smith. Melissa Bridges Geddes, age 62, of Ellenboro, died Sunday, March 19th at her residence. The funeral service will be conducted at 4 o'clock Wednesday, March 22nd at the Full Throttle Biker Church. Burial will follow in the Campville Memorial Baptist Church. The family will receive friends from 2:30 until 4 prior to the service at the church. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services is serving the family of Melissa Bridges Geddes. Charles Martin, age 70, of Rutherfordton, died Wednesday, March 15th at Hospice House of the Carolina Foothills. The family will receive friends at McMahon's Funeral Home at 4:30 to 7:30 today. The funeral service will be at Pleasant Grove Baptist Church in Rutherfordton on Wednesday, March 22nd. Charles will lie in state 30 minutes prior to the service at the church, and burial will be private. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Service in charge of the arrangements for Charles Martin. Joan King, age 82, of Rutherfordton, died Thursday. The Celebration of Life service for Joan will be held at the Isothermal Community College Foundation today at 1 o'clock with a visitation to follow at the Foundation Hall. Burial of the ashes will be private at the First United Methodist Church Memorial Garden. McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Service is handling the arrangements and serving the family of Joan King. Mrs. Kathleen Holcomb Paris, 98 of Mooresboro, died March 12th. Graveside service to be held at the Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery today at 1 o'clock. Eggers Funeral Home in Cliffside is serving the family of Kathleen Holcomb Paris. James Porter, age 72 of Mooresboro, passed away Saturday, March 18th at hospice of the Carolina foothills. A graveside service to be conducted at 1 o'clock Wednesday, March 22nd at the Prospect Baptist Church Cemetery. Military honors will be accorded by the Rutherford County Honor Guard, and the family will receive friends from 11 until 12:30 at the funeral home before the service. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services is serving the family of James Porter. Everett Lee Rhodes, age 81 of Union Mills, died Sunday, March 19th. The family will receive friends from 1 until 2 at Welcome Home Baptist Church, March 24th. Services will follow at 2 o'clock. Burial will take place in the church cemetery. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Everett Lee Rhodes. James Jed Doggett, age 59 of Lake Lure, passed away March 1st. The family will receive friends at 10 o'clock Saturday, May the 6th, at Mike Vann's Funeral Home in Rutherfordton. A celebration of life will be held at Mike Vann's on Saturday. Again, this is May 6th at 11 o'clock, followed by the burial in Rutherfordton City Cemetery. Mike Vann's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for James Jed Doggett. Arthur Robert King, age 83 of Rutherfordton, died Wednesday, March 15th. Those arrangements are incomplete and will be announced by the Pageant and King Mortuary for Arthur Robert King. Donald Ray Roberts, age 65, passed away Wednesday, March 15th at Mission Hospital in Nashville. The celebration of Donald's life will be held at a later date, and Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Donald Ray Roberts. Patricia Dane Austin Woodruff, age 76 of Fairhaven Drive, Bostic, passed away Thursday at hospice of the Carolina foothills. The celebration of Patricia's life will be held at a later date, and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is assisting the family of Patricia Dane Austin Woodruff. Jamie Ramsey, age 47 of Ellenboro, died Friday, March 17th at Adrium Health, Cleveland in Shelby. Funeral services are pending and will be announced later by Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services for Jamie Ramsey. And that's the death announcements for today. We'll have complete information on these as they become available to us this morning at 11:30 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon Call Around the County newscast. Join us for those times. It's 18 past 7.
On March 16, 1860, near Tucson, Arizona, Larcena Page, along with a young girl she was teaching named Mercedes, were captured by a group of Apache Indians. After traveling about 25 miles, Larcena was exhausted and could go no further. She was ordered to take off her clothes. The Indians then stuck her about 15 times with their spears, pushed her off a cliff, and threw rocks on top of her, leaving her for dead. But she was still alive. She lay among the rocks, coming in and out of consciousness for 3 days. Finally, she gained enough strength to travel by crawling on her hands and knees. Fortunately, the cold weather helped retard her bleeding. She would spend half a day climbing up the side of a hill, only to stumble and fall down to the bottom. At night, she scratched out a hole in the ground and pulled leaves on top of her. She ate wild onions, seeds, and grass. One day she was able to kill a rabbit. She gladly ate it raw. Twice she heard people yelling for her, but she was too weak to respond. She happened upon a rescue party's abandoned campsite and was able to get a fire going from the smoldering ashes. For the first time in many days, she was warm. Finally, 2 weeks after she was captured, Larcena came across a lumberman. Her body was covered with stab wounds and bruises. Thorns and rocks were embedded in her feet. Mercedes, who was still with the Apaches, was later ransomed. Larcena Page recovered from her injuries, ending up living a long life, exemplifying the courage of the frontier woman. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
The future depends on teachers. Every day, teachers are shaping our tomorrows, starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work, sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who will help combat climate change, and generating possibilities for a student who will be the first in their family to graduate college. It all starts with teachers who meet challenges with creativity, who reinvent education for the future, who work towards a school system that lifts up every child, regardless of race, income, or zip code, and who enable the full potential of our students, our communities, and our country. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Shape the future. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
21 past 7 o'clock on this terrific Tuesday morning. Let's go to the phones now and find out what's been going on around our neighborhood. And Lieutenant Lowry is on the phone from the Sheriff's Department to get us updated. Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing great, thanks. Tell us what's been going on.
In the past 24 hours, the Communications Center has received 157 calls. The jail processed 14 arrests, and we have 182 in the jail. Joey Wellborn of Mooresboro reported an incident of financial card theft. And Grace Moore of Ballstick reported an incident of misdemeanor larceny. And then for arrest, we have Billy Wilkins of Cherryville, North Carolina, arrested for possession with intent to manufacture, sell, deliver Schedule 1 methamphetamine and possession of methamphetamine. Donna Militello of Spindale, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, deliver Schedule 1, felony possession Schedule 2, simple possession Schedule 6, PWIMSD methamphetamine, possessed meth, possessed drug paraphernalia, possession with intent to manufacture, sell, deliver meth, felony possession, and possessed drug paraphernalia. Rona Ledbetter of Spindale, charged with misdemeanor probation violation. Moesha Carson of Rutherford, charged with larceny of a motor vehicle and possessed stolen motor vehicle. Jonathan Bowman of Shelby, charged with failure to appear on misdemeanor. And Tommy Toney, simulation of court process. And that's it.
All right, Lieutenant Lowry, thank you very much for that, and we appreciate you, and be safe out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Jim, have you seen Henson Building Materials' newly remodeled showroom? It's gorgeous.
You mean where they have a full line of hardware and building materials for homeowners and home builders?
I mean where Jamie, Terry, and Tony, their friendly staff, treat me like family. Oh, they're so nice.
Hey, are they taking COVID precautions and have curbside service?
Of course. They're so thoughtful.
I do need some materials, but I don't think they'll fit in our car.
Oh, silly. They have professional delivery so we can get whatever I want.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street in Forest City.
Building starts here.
And Amber's with us from the Communications Center with our report. Amber, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What's on your report?
In the past 24 hours, Rutherford County 911 Communications has processed 407 calls for 407 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 78 calls for EMS. For law enforcement, there were 157 calls for the Sheriff's Office, 95 for Forest City, 2 for Lake Lure, 27 for Rutherfordton, and 24 for Spindale. For fire calls, Ellenborough responded to a motor vehicle accident. Forest City responded to a structure fire. Hudlow responded to a brush fire with the Forestry Service assisting. Rutherford responded to a residential fire alarm. Sandy Mush responded to a motor vehicle accident and a brush fire. SDA responded to a power line fire and a motor vehicle accident. Shingle Hollow responded to a motor vehicle accident. And Spindale responded to a motor vehicle accident and a fire investigation. And that's all we have.
Thanks, Amber. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Well, let's see what Ruby has to tell us this morning from the Danieltown area. Ruby, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Yeah, doing great. What's on the report?
Well, I don't have anything to report. I've got Eva Lou Connor and Victoria Hamburg having birthdays, and hope they have a nice day. Signs are in the head today and tomorrow, and that's all I got, Jim.
All right, Ruby, enjoy your day.
You too.
Bye.
Wayne's Lunchbox can satisfy the pickiest of eaters at lunch or dinner or supper, whatever you want to call it. You can enjoy salads, sandwiches, a limited meat and veggie menu at lunchtime, and then for supper, your choice of a meat and vegetables. And Wayne's will be serving breakfast for supper the first of each month. Call on Wayne's for any catering event that you may have, offering catering service, so stop by 391 East Main Street in Spindale. Call 828-395-2225. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 until 2, for supper, 3 until 7.
All right, let's check in with Chris Melton up at Chimney Rock Lake, Lower and Bills Creek. Busy man up there, Chris. How you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Ready for this day breakdown? We'll have a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
That's exactly right. Well, Lake Lower ran a medical call, and that was it. Bills Creek, Fairfield, and Chimney Rock Fire Departments stayed in their beds last night. And
good.
Fire trucks got to rest this week.
That's good.
That's right.
They deserve a break once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so everything else pretty quiet up that way then, huh?
Yes, sir. Everything's good.
Okay. Chris, I appreciate you. You hang in there, and appreciate you being with us, and I'll see you next time.
All right, have a good day.
Thanks, Chris. Bye-bye.
Turn up your tax refund with a fun new device from Bark Mobile. And there's no funner price than free. Right now, get a free Samsung Galaxy A13 5G when you switch. Turn up even more fun with unlimited data for streaming movies and music and surfing the web. Get a single line for just $45 per month with AutoPay. It's your tax refund. Turn it up and get more fun for your money with Bark. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details or visit mybarkmobile.com/terms and conditions. Offer expires April 16, 2023.
Laverne Upton, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
What's doing exciting?
Getting almost the middle of the week.
It sure is. It's a month's getting going fast.
It sure is. We have a temperature of 28 degrees. Fire department had no cost, but they had their monthly meeting last night. Food boxes will be given out Saturday from 8 to 10 at Faith Baptist Church in Forest City. And Friday night fires be going on at 6:30 Friday night at Faith Baptist Church there in Forest City. Don't forget to stop in at Boston Florist here on Boston Sunshine Highway and get your flower arrangements. And Easter will be coming up in a few weeks, and she'll have some Easter flowers, the lilies, and go by Washburn store and stop in and check their items out and get her to make you one of those delicious sandwiches. And hope everyone has a wonderful day.
You have a great day as well, and be careful over there. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
Now at 7:30, let's turn our attention to Rutherfordton and Hudlow, and Robbie Samuel is on the phone. Robbie, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, Jim. I hope you are.
I'm indeed. Are you a native of Rutherford County?
Yes, sir. Sure am.
Did that meal they have at noon, around noon, did they call it at your house? They call it lunch. They call it dinner.
Well, I call it dinner, but I
Yeah.
get corrected once in a while. But
And in the nighttime meal they call supper, right?
that's exactly right.
Yeah,
You
that's
got your
that's how I
dinner
grew
and
up too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But my daughter comes home from New York, and we had a conflict of verbiage. She'd say, "What are y'all having for lunch?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. We having dinner here about 12 o'clock. Dinner's at supper time."
That's exactly right. I don't know what we're going to do for dinner just yet.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. What's going on over your neighborhood?
Well, not a whole lot. It's actually been quiet through the night. So everybody with Hudlow and Robeson, I'm sure, has been pretty happy about that. I know I am. But other than that, Jim, we're just moving along, enjoying this sunshine. Hopefully, I know you said there was supposed to be some rain moving in tomorrow, but
yep,
maybe it won't be too bad.
It won't be too bad, I don't believe.
Yeah. But other than that, that's all I got going on for you this morning, Jim.
All right, Robbie, I appreciate you being there, and we'll check in with you tomorrow.
All right, sounds like a plan. Talk to you then.
Bye-bye.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
And let's check in with Cherry Mountain Fire District now. That's one of our stops in the mornings. And Sue Price is there to keep us posted. Sue, how you doing this morning?
Good morning, Jim. I'm doing good. Hope you are.
Yes, indeed.
Good.
What's been going on over there?
Well, I reckon it's been quiet. I don't think the fire department had anything. And I believe they're the only one that didn't know, but we're having a lot of automobile accidents around, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
That's too bad. But we hope everybody will be safe. Got no birthdays on my church calendar today. On my church calendar, I got Reverend Ron Brower. Nothing on my personal calendar. Fairview's got a birthday for Joan Rubino. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I hope Joan will have a good day. And we hope anybody that's having a birthday anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And in my announcements, the revival that's going on at First Fairview Baptist Church, it'll be tonight, and then tomorrow night will be the closing. And they have it, service starts at 7 o'clock. And they are serving a meal at 5:45 p.m. for, a lot of people working, can't get home and get a meal fixed and get to church. So this is an opportunity to do that. Just come on out and eat at the church at 5:45. And then the service is at 7. And so far, that's the only announcement I've had come in. It's just quiet and calm, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one, Jim.
Thanks, Sue. You have a good one, too, and I'll check back up in Cherry Mountain tomorrow.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City. Well, you've heard me talk about and brag about our friends out at Anchor Down store in Forest City. Boy, I stopped by there the other day, and I was just really amazed at the items and the merchandise they have in store. And it comes in every week. Brand new items. And you can find coats right now for only $1. They have a new shipment of medicines and lipsticks. Some of you looking for those brands. These are brand new. They have playpens and pack and play for the infants, and all brand new. Big selection of brand new merchandise of all categories. All shoes, ladies, men's, children's, only 50 cents. All clothes, ladies, men, and children's, only 50 cents. Many of your favorite brand name labels are available there at Anchor Down. Tons of collectibles and figurines and beautiful cobalt blue dishes. If you're going somewhere on a trip, they got luggage. It's just too much to talk about, but I want you to go by visiting Anchor Down. Open Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Right downtown for us, easy to get to. They're right across from Carolina Chiropractic, and you need to go see them. Just look around. It's like shopping an indoor yard sale. You like those. They're nice. And those folks who are working there are nice, too. Anchor Down in Forest City. Tina White, how are things up in Shingle Hollow?
Cold.
Cold up there, too?
Yeah, 29 degrees. It's chilly.
That is cold.
Well, it's warm. It's warm in my house, but I like to get outside a little bit and not freeze. But now my husband loves this cold weather.
Does he really?
He does.
Was he born in Alaska or something?
No, he was, I think he was born right there at Rutherford Hospital.
Oh, boy.
Well, up here in Shingle Hollow, like I said, it's 29 degrees. And the fire department just had that call they had yesterday morning for the motor vehicle accident. We're glad they were quiet yesterday and through the night. There's no birthdays. There's no anniversaries on our calendar. The senior citizens will meet at 9:30 at Shingle Hollow Fire Department in the back room. They say you do not have to be a senior citizen to come visit. Just come on out and enjoy some fellowship and with the community. We have, of course, the White House Community Center. They are still having their Boston butt sale going on. You can order a Boston butt, a pint of slaw, and a pint of sauce for $45. You can pick it up on April 7th between 4 and 6 p.m. That's just the Friday before Easter. The contact number is 755-4319. And then Kevin Lovelace is giving a concealed handgun safety course. He's the instructor there on April 1st at 8 a.m. at the American Legion Post 74. If you're interested in this, the cost is $60, and the sign-up sheet is at Green Hill Store. So anyone want that concealed handgun safety course, this is a good time. I think that's all we have this morning. Enjoyed the music. I really like the Rogers family. When they're here in the community singing again, I think I'm going to go hear them. This morning it just blessed my soul to hear them singing.
Oh, they're really talented family. I enjoy hearing them. We've sang with them a couple of times, and they just bless my heart every time I hear them.
Yeah, I enjoy listening in the morning.
Thank you very much.
Well, I enjoy listening all day. I have found I'll just keep it on.
Good for you. You can come to the head of the class.
I've never been the head of the class. So thank you, Tim. I'll just take that as a compliment.
All right. Anything else going on?
That's all. Y'all have a wonderful day today. Remember your neighbor. Call and check on your neighbor. Talk to them today. God bless you and stay safe out there.
Thanks, Dana. Bye-bye.
Bye.
To win in sports, you must adjust your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Why not let Andrew Tisdale help you create a game plan for financial success? Call 828-287-9197 and get started today. That's Andrew Tisdale, 828-287-9197. Union Mills ladies, where we're going next, up on top of the hill there with the Union Mills reporting studio, live in living color, Brenda Kelly. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, Brenda Kelly.
Well, good morning, Jim Bishop. How are you on this terrific Tuesday morning?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Well, I'm getting better every day.
All right, you're sounding better.
Well, I ain't looking no better, but that's all right, as long as I sound good.
Well, that's as long as you sound good, feel good, and have a good heart for people, you're okay.
Okay, then I'm okay.
Doesn't matter how we look externally, as long as internally we're good.
That's exactly right. That's what matters, ain't it?
That's right.
But we hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. Is it supposed to be cloudy today, or rainy, or sunny, or what?
Mostly sunny with highs near 60 today, and the clouds come in tonight and get ready for the rain tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Sunny today. So
Oh,
beautiful
well, that's
day.
good then.
Yeah,
And then we start warming up a little bit, don't we, after tomorrow?
we do. Yeah,
Well, good. I'm glad. I don't
almost,
like this here winter time at springtime.
almost 80 by Friday.
Ooh, you can break out your Bermudas.
Hey, that's a good idea.
My daughter told me the other day we was shopping. She said, "Mommy, you need to get you a bathing suit for your cruise." I said, "I quit wearing bathing suits about 50 years ago. You can forget it." She tried her best to talk me into getting one. I said, "I am not wearing a bathing suit. You can forget it."
On the cruise, it wouldn't matter, would it?
It wouldn't matter to me. I ain't putting on no bathing suit. You can forget it. So those days are over, long gone.
And when's your cruise?
Do what?
When is your cruise?
July the 29th through August the 5th, I think. Somewhere about there.
You'll see people on that cruise with bathing suits on that you wish they would go back to the rooms, but
And that's why I'm not wearing one.
they're enjoying themselves, though. They're just enjoying themselves. So.
Well, I can enjoy myself in a pair of capris. Don't I? Ain't no, you can forget about that. I can't believe you said that you wish they'd went back to their room. But anyway, let's see. Today's the 21st. I've got 24 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any announcements, but I do have one birthday, and that's Greg Curtis. So, Greg, if you're listening, I hope you have a great old big day today, and I don't know of anything else going on, so I guess you better go to Ellenburg and check on Luther Sweet Thing.
Have a good day.
Okay, catch you later.
Bye. It's 42 past 7 o'clock. My Great America with Jim and Butch, top of the hour, 9 o'clock, 9:05 this morning.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
We always encourage you to shop at home whenever possible. Support our local businesses, folks who have invested in our community, invested their money into the business and have grown the business. That's why we encourage you, not only that, but the quality of food they have at their deli there at the Drop-In Family Grocery there in Boston. They got a wonderful deli, folks. If you've never had breakfast there, you're missing something. Or lunch. Some folks call it dinner. You can have a good meal there with the deli at the Drop-In Family Mart there in Boston. Plus, they have all the other things. They get ice for your coolers. They have propane for your grills, and they have produce, and they have grocery items, and they have good customer service. It's just a wonderful hometown, locally owned business that we encourage you to shop at. It's worth a trip to Boston, to the Drop-In Family Mart there on the Boston Sunshine Highway. Give it a try this weekend. Right now, we're heading over toward Ellenboro and see if Luther Gilligan has any news. Luther, you have any news?
Oh, I have all kinds of news. Some good, some bad.
All right, lay it on us.
We'll skip the bad news, just have good news. But it's quiet there this morning, not a whole lot going on. Everybody's just getting their coffee and their biscuits and their gas and they're heading on out for another day at the office. The fire department, they had two medical calls yesterday. They had one accident and they had one, no, they didn't go that deep for this. But that's all I had. Just two medical calls, that one accident there. Other than that, things are quiet and peaceful. Don't know how that happens. So you have a great day up there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Luther, thanks for being with us, and I'll see you next time.
All right, take care now.
Bye. It's time now for birthdays and anniversaries. You can call those in to us, and we'll celebrate. This is the 21st of March, March 21st. And if you'll call your birthday in, we'll give you a big shout-out. Birthdays or anniversaries for this 21st of March. Tracy's standing by to take that call at 287-3356, 287-3356. Birthdays and anniversaries coming up next. Well, we take you over to Spindale to have a good sub-lunch or dinner at Granny B's. And they got one thing I like about it, of course, they taste good, but one thing I like is they have a wide variety, wide choices, and you can put anything you want on it. Just tell them you want the beef or the turkey or the ham, or you want just vegetarian. They'll fix it that way, and they got all these condiments to put on it. It's really a wonderful experience to go to Granny B's. It's a wonderful experience to take them home for the family because they will enjoy it as well. Plus, keep in mind those delicious donuts are always available. Good fresh coffee. Oh, it's a good place. I'm glad they belong to us, and they're locally owned as well. Granny B's, Main Street there in Spindale, up the street a little bit from Lakeside Mills, next door to the Shake Shop.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday wishes going out to Stephen Crowder this morning. Stephen's 21. He works for the Forest City Police Department. Good job over there. We'll salute all the police officers. And Stephen Crowder on his birthday needs to be given a happy birthday wish. And Connie Blanton of Ellenboro is also celebrating a birthday today. So happy birthday to Connie as well. So happy birthday and many more happy returns. Now stand by for Keys to Confident Living. We'll take you down memory lane after that for some classic oldies. Get back to the top of the hour. We have Andrew Tisdale in to talk about the financial situation and news from here and there. That's going to happen right here in the next few minutes.
I've had the privilege to live long enough to see firsthand one of the great marvels of the last 100 years. I have seen communism's cruel and oppressive grip wrenched free from a major part of the world's population. It is also amazing to see how institutions communism destined for destruction have not just survived, but some of them have thrived under the strongest opposition. The church is one of those institutions communism has tried to destroy. Having recently visited a country where communism is still in control, I was absolutely amazed to see the strength of the church. In spite of all the government efforts to stomp it out, the Christian church continues to march onward. Oftentimes, worship was celebrated at great peril, and to be known as a believer meant the
News. I'm Sherry Preston. Will Donald Trump become the first former president to be indicted on criminal charges? In New York City, outside the courthouse, where he could be fingerprinted and photographed if an indictment is handed up, there are barricades set up. ABC's Aaron Katursky is there.
This was the day former President Trump said he would be arrested. And while that seems unlikely to happen, the possibility of a looming indictment has this city on alert for protest. And we're told there are no specific threats, but the NYPD and the U.S. Secret Service have started talking about security in the event Trump is indicted.
Overnight, the former president released a statement on social media blasting prosecutors and former adult film star Stormy Daniels, stemming from the investigation into an alleged hush money payment made to her weeks before the 2016 election. 600,000 students not in class today as Los Angeles Unified School workers walk the picket line. Superintendent Alberto Calvaro.
We will get through this. And at some point, we will agree to a contract, but not without a necessary dialogue. Negotiations are not based on fixed positions. We have been at a fixed position for a long time.
School bus drivers, cafeteria workers, custodians, and other staff are fighting for better wages and benefits. China's president says his country is ready to help facilitate a peaceful solution in Ukraine if there is one to be had.
Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin says lengthy talks between President Xi and Putin in Moscow have been productive on the peace front. Most countries, he says, support the easing of tensions, negotiations, and are opposed to adding fuel to the flames. Russia, he adds, has carefully studied China's position paper on a Ukraine political settlement and is open to discussions. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
Japan's prime minister now in Ukraine on a surprise trip meeting with President Volodymyr Zelensky. You're listening to ABC News.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Another incident involving a couple of planes headed for the same runway. ABC's Alex Stone with details.
In the latest incident, Southwest Airlines Flight 2023 was about a mile away from landing at the Burbank Airport when a fire department helicopter practicing touch and goes, landings and takeoffs was on the runway. Controllers told Southwest to go around.
So 2023 go around? Going around Southwest 2023, we've got the helicopter.
The audio from Live ATC, the controller told the chopper to remain in place while a Southwest Boeing 737 cut off its approach. The FAA says it's investigating to figure out how close the Southwest flight and the helicopter came to each other. Alex Stone, ABC News.
New protections being announced today for hundreds of thousands of acres of land. ABC's Andy Field explains.
The president creating the Avikwa'ami National Monument in Nevada and the Kastner Range National Monument in Texas. He'll announce both at the Interior Department's Conservation in Action Summit. Mr. Biden will also direct the Commerce Department to look into creating a new national marine sanctuary that would protect U.S. waters around Pacific Islands. Those moves come after environmentalists criticize the president for approving more oil drilling in Alaska.
Dodge's gas-powered muscle cars going out with a roar. The last one the company is making, the 2023 Challenger SRT Demon 170 horsepower, topping 1,000 and promising a 0 to 60 time of just over a second and a half. This is ABC News.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but how do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
We have freezing temperatures to start, but temperatures will be warming up for this afternoon. Highs will reach the low to upper 60s, and it's going to be a seasonable afternoon. Tonight, we're down into the upper 30s and lower 40s. Temperatures tomorrow will range from the upper 50s to the upper 60s. We do have rain that will be moving in with a mid to upper level disturbance developing across our region. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
It's 8:05 and our temperature reading right now is 29. We will be warming up to near 60 today. Mostly sunny with highs near 60 and the wind pretty mild, about 6 miles per hour. Then tonight dropping back to 38. A little warmer than we are right now with southeast wind to 5 miles per hour. So springtime is certainly here. We're going to have some cool weather. Rain's coming back here maybe Wednesday, and then maybe possibly on Saturday. But Sunday looks good for us. So springtime is about ready to be ready to hide those Easter eggs. It is 6 minutes after the hour. It is Tuesday the 21st, and it's Tuesday means it's Andrew Tisdale Day here in the Blue Room, and he is here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. Good morning, Andrew.
Bright-eyed and early.
Always glad to have you.
Because we skipped an hour, so it's kind of early.
It is, that's right.
That means you was getting up at 3:30, not 4:30 bodily.
That's right. You know, they're thinking about making that consistent, not flipping back and forth.
You know, I've actually read a little bit about that. It makes sense of why we had it, but it makes sense why we wouldn't no more. I mean,
yeah, we had it for the farmers. Is that the reason we had it?
We had it for the farmers.
Yeah.
People had a lot of work to do, and it gave them more time to do it before we had electricity. So they needed the sunlight for natural light, and that makes a lot of sense. They were utilizing the resource God gave them, but now we've invented, when we have electricity.
And farming is so electronic anymore. In most cases, the big farmers, they've got all the heavy equipment, and they don't have to depend on the daylight to get it done.
Well, you get up every morning about 4:30?
Yes.
Do you turn the lights on?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be get up 4:30 a few more days.
A few more days. Not weeks?
No, not weeks. Couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Then you're going to sleep till 5:30.
Probably. What you got on your mind today?
Well, let's talk about what's probably on everybody's mind, and it's something that we really haven't experienced. Well, really, I've not. I'm 45 years old, so I've not experienced this really before, in wonderment about banks. You know, we all believe that if we want to keep our money safe, it may not grow that much, but if we want to keep our money safe, we put it in the bank. But if you watch the news, the one out in California, First Republic, and even the Credit Suisse in Switzerland has all shown that banks are not always the safest place. So how do I make sure, if I'm going to utilize the banks, that I want that safety? How do I protect myself? Do you bank with an FDIC member bank? Some people believe every bank is FDIC. That's not true. So how do I know that? If you're protected by FDIC, you've got $250,000 or less in an account, you're protected. Now, let me explain that a little more detail. I was talking to a few good people yesterday. They were asking me about CDs, treasury bills, things like that, because they're wanting more earnings in their savings account. The risk of putting it in CDs right now, if your bank fails, is the fact that you just won't get the earnings. If I have $100,000 in a CD with a local bank and that bank goes under, the FDIC insurance will give me my principal back, but they won't give me my earnings back. It's just the principal. But do make sure that you're banking with an FDIC bank. If you're not sure, here's a website, Bank Find Suite. Go on Google and type in Bank Find, one word, Suite. And they'll be able to tell you if it's an FDIC or actually FDIC insured. Most of them are just your checkings and your savings and a few money markets and CDs. So just make sure when you go in, maybe if you're going in to make a deposit or a withdrawal, just say, hey, is this FDIC insured? You should be able to be given something that says, yes, here's a document showing that. And do not exceed the limits. This is what happened In California, a lot of people had more than that $250,000 in that bank, and then all of a sudden, that bank. Well, before I go into that, let me tell you what that bank was doing. That bank in California was actually financing startup companies, a lot of technical companies that has not been able to get off the ground since the pandemic because of the economy, things like that. And then when people started coming in to make withdrawals from it, they didn't have it. And a lot of these companies, because of the area that was in, had more than $250,000 in those accounts. Yes, they are getting that back based on what our government decision is, but make sure you protect yourself. Only put that $250. If you have more than that, only put that $250 within that account. Something that I always recommend any of my clients to do that come to me for CDs is we utilize different banks inside that account. We can do that because we're giving CDs from, if I have $300,000, then what I would do is I would move $150 in one bank CD, get the same rate, same terms in another bank. That way you are insured on both ends of it. Instead of putting $300 all in one, if that bank fails, you're only going to get $250.
Can the individual put them in different banks?
Yes.
And gets that same rate?
Yes, if it's a different bank. Now, that don't mean if I go to the bank in Rutherford and put it in, and then I go to the bank in Forest City. Mm-hmm. If you're going to do that, you may want to put your spouse's name on it or something.
But that's why you're in a good place to help people through this maze of misunderstandings, because there are a lot of misunderstandings out there with what's happening in the financial market right now. But that's why you're in a good place to help people understand.
It is, and these are situations that we haven't thought about in a long time. We used to, usually, well, we don't know if the stock market's going to do well, so I'm going to put it in something safer, well, that may be my bank. Mm-hmm. Well, you're not going to earn as much, but then you got it safe there, and then all of a sudden these banks are not helping. So it's a different time. It's a different time. We'll get through it. Always have, always will. But we are instructed in Proverbs to take care of our sheep. So let's take care of it.
It's not going to be like it was in It's a Wonderful Life. It's a run on the bank and everybody's pulling the money. It's not going to be that way, I don't think. Do you?
Right. I haven't seen a lot of lines out in our area, and all of those banks that we have in our area are not in much danger. Right. And how do you find out? That's another thing we can talk about real quick. Is how do I know if my bank's in a lot of danger? If they're a publicly traded company, you can look at their financial sheets.
It would hurt to do that, would it?
No, not at all.
I'd rather just start Andrew Tisdale.
Well, just come on.
Tell how folks get in touch with you.
Right now, best way is my cell, 828-429-7539. We are over off of Oak Street Extension in the Rockwood Plaza, Suite 105. Okay. 247 Oak Street Extension, Suite 105. Just come by.
And if you get through the maze of rental cars, you're in building, right?
Yeah, just go before the maze starts.
That's right.
Go before the maze starts. We're right beside before the maze of rental cars start. They've got a good business going.
They do. Yep. Andrew Tisdale, thank you for being with us. We look forward to seeing you back here on Tuesday morning of next week.
It'll be my pleasure.
All right. See
you.
I'll be back in just a moment.
When you want the best wireless experience, Carolina West Wireless makes it easy to go for it. Go for a better network. Go for great customer service. Go for bigger savings. Right now, save $400 when you go for an iPhone 14 Pro on a Plus or Premium Unlimited plan. Or get the whole family to go for unlimited data, just $25 per month per line on 4 lines with AutoPay. Try us risk-free for 30 days. What are you waiting for? Go for it and go stay connected. See representative for details or visit carolinawest.com/terms and conditions. Offer expires March 31st, 2023.
Mission Health Center Rutherford is now open in Forest City, a multi-specialty clinic with care for the whole family. From routine preventative care to the treatment of chronic conditions, our providers offer a personalized approach to meet your specific needs. Now accepting new patients. Call 828-659-5741 to make an appointment today. Mission Health Center Rutherford. Quality care close to home.
Let's look at some stories from here and there. Now, the deputies have 3 more on drug charges. In the course of 2 days, deputies made 3 drug busts during traffic stops. During a patrol Monday, Sergeant Joey Brandel of the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office spotted a car with an expired Florida registration plate in the Henrietta community. Upon stopping the car on Murray Street, Brandel soon learned the driver, Billy Joe Wilkins, was wanted on an outstanding parole violation. With backup deputies on the scene, the investigation also yielded that Wilkins was in the possession of methamphetamine, fentanyl, both powder and pill form, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia, according to the sheriff's office. Wilkins of Grover and his passenger Donna Militello, 36 of Spindale, were charged with various drug possession offenses. Both were jailed at the Rutherford County Slammer. Then on Sunday, St. Patrick's Day Booze It, Lose It checkpoint in Gola Valley area netted another drug arrest. Deputies encountered Nelson Montgomery, 66 of Forest City, who attempted to flee the checkpoint on foot but was apprehended. Montgomery was found to be in possession of cocaine, fentanyl, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. Montgomery was charged with multiple drug offenses and jailed under an $80,000 secured bond. Carry on, guys. Carry on. Well, there's two conflicting meetings based on the same theme coming up on Thursday night. Concerned citizens have gotten together and formed a meeting on the proposed tax reappraisal, a meeting to ask real questions in a respectful manner. Everyone is invited. The location is at the Rutherfordton Clubhouse, 6 o'clock, and it's open to anyone. And they'll talk about the reevaluation, which seems to have everybody who is a property owner upset. So they've planned this meeting for days now and several weeks, and planning for Thursday night. Just got a note yesterday that the county leaders, hoping to bring clarity and more understanding regarding the recent property valuation and county tax, will hold a public meeting on the same night at the same time. In addition to being open to the public, the meeting will be live streamed on the internet. The meeting will take place in the Rutherford County Administration Building, County Annex. There will be overflow seating available in the adjacent meeting room if needed. According to County Manager Steve Garrison, commissioners as well as county staff will be responding to questions that have been presented to them over the past month via email, telephone calls, and in person, and they will share insight regarding the property reevaluation process, the current timeline, and milestones the Revenue Department staff are working on. The controversy surrounding the reevaluation began when property owners began receiving their official reevaluation in the mail in February. Many property owners say their valuations have skyrocketed, with some more than doubling. County commissioners addressed this at their March meeting and assured the public that the county tax rate will be reduced this year and they will be working toward a revenue-neutral budget. County officials say they have attempted to inform the public about the reevaluation process in a variety of ways, including the creation and sharing of informational videos, a frequently asked questions document, and social media updates. Rutherford County Commission Chairman Brian King said Monday there is an active, vocal disinformation campaign going on. It is causing some confusion among